The summer of 1993 is one that still haunts the town of Scottville. That's when 15-year-old Melissa Simmons was found dead in the Pere Marquette River. And the mystery surrounding her murder has never been solved.
9 and 10's David Leiden joins us live with a look back on the case in part 1 of Unsolved, the Melissa Simmons case. David?
Kevin and Courtney, this is a case that people still talk about in Scottville as they wait on an answer about what happened.
She was only walking a matter of a block to a convenience store to get a soda pop.
June 23rd, 1993. 15-year-old Melissa Simmons sets out for this gas station, not far from her Scottville home. It would be the last time she was reported being seen alive. Mason County Sheriff Kim Cole was a deputy in the department back in 1993. He says Melissa was reported missing by her family several days after she was last seen walking to the Wesco.
And Melissa was well known. She was an example of what Scottville was all about in her youth.
This stretch of the Pere Marquette River would soon become the center of the investigation. That's because a fisherman found Melissa's body not far from here shortly after she was last seen alive.
A substantial amount of the evidence, unfortunately, was destroyed by the river and the water. The medical examiner's office concluded Melissa's death was a homicide. We have been following leads ever since then.
Word of Melissa's death quickly spread, and questions quickly arose. How did her body end up in the river several miles from where she was last seen? And more importantly, who killed her?
The death obviously created a lot of anxiety because people didn't know, and to this day they don't know what happened. Anytime you have a child who is murdered, there's a lot of anxiety in an area because of the unknown. You don't know if this person will strike again.
9 and 10 News spoke to one woman who was just 5 years old when Melissa was found dead. She still remembers the fear that seemed to grip the town of Scottville. She also asked us not to reveal her identity, worried that Melissa's killer is still out there.
I do remember that everyone was really concerned about kids. We couldn't go out. My family used to go down to Indian Bridge all the time. We were always there out fishing. We stopped going to Indian Bridge after that.
And the same questions first raised 26 years ago endure to this day.
No one likes an unsolved mystery in their town. No one likes the idea of a murderer running free.
In part 2 of our special report, I look into the investigation in the days, months, and years following Melissa's death and what investigators say they need for a breakthrough. If you know anything about what happened to Melissa Simmons, call the Mason County Sheriff's Office. For 9 and 10 News, I'm David Leiden.